What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. Wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update what's going on with the cave. So as you can see, I've been able to move all the Terminator that was previously over here. Now I did order a garage shelving. It's going to be the same width as this, but same depth as that. Just because I don't have as much depth because of that shelf. But deeper than that shelf right there. So give a little bit extra depth to those two statues. Slightly more width, about 1.5 to 2 inches more width. And then the idea will be, it's going to be a taller shelf because XM Alien is a statue that has to be displayed up high to truly appreciate. Plus I also like XM Predator up high because I feel like he's in his, up in the trees and he just looks really good up high. So I'm going to make the garage shelf roughly about the same height or maybe even like 2 or 3 inches taller. And then I bought a saw that cuts metal. Because as you can see, these end at about right there. And then normally you'll have another one that will be double the height. Obviously, I don't need double the height, and I don't want to have a giant metal sticking out. That's hideous. So I'm going to be cutting the metal. So once I make the initial set, I'll put the second one and then measure exactly where I want it, and then I'll cut it. I won't interfere with the integrity or anything like that of the shelf. It's just the top part. So I'll cut the shelves, and then I'll have 2 tiers. One tier right here. That's where I'm going to put my Cool Props Alien Covenant Xenomorph head. It's 33 inches wide, 15 inches tall. So it doesn't need to be a tall shelf. Only needs to be like 16.5 inches or 17 inches. So that'll go right there, with the head part right there. And then underneath, we'll likely put a few different options. I'll play around with it. I could put the Cool Props wolf bust. I could put the Sideshow Alien egg. I could put the face hugger and the chest burster. I'll play around with it, see what I think. The one thing I know about the wolf bust from Cool Props is it says it's 27 inches deep, but that's because it has this like backpack thing right there. So I'm pretty confident that's removable, and if it is, the depth would reduce probably by a good 10 plus inches. So I could probably put the wolf bust there, and then just do this face hugger with the chest burster and alien egg. And I think that could look really good. I potentially could move that right there and do the wolf bust there. We'll see. I'm going to play around with it once I get everything. So I've already ordered the Cool Props Xenomorph head. The chest burster arrives on Tuesday. The alien egg, so the guy I'm buying off is local, but he's on vacation for a week. And then after that, we're going to coordinate a time where he's going to drive the egg up to my house. And, we'll do the transaction. So I'm getting the egg for a pretty good deal, $950 local. Where generally that egg goes for about $1,200 to $1,500, so pretty good deal, no doubt. And then after that, we're just waiting for the Cool Props 1/3 big chap, and then the wolf bus, which production is done. It's on a boat, so it should arrive in the next 2 months to Sideshow, and then we'll get that in the cave. So within the next 3 months, this entire wall will be 100% finished. Because those are the 2 big items I'll need next, is the wolf bust and the big chap 1/3. So really, really excited to get this wall to the point where it's all life size underneath, and then 1/3 scale up top. And then, yeah. So right here, we're doing a little Terminator corner per se, where we're leaving that like that. And then we did the bust right here. We moved Myers. So that's how that looks. The shelves are not the exact same height. That's why Freddy looks so much taller. That's a few inches taller than this shelf, but that's fine. And then this is where we moved Myers, right here. So he still looks great. I put him to the left so I can put the prop right there, and I think that looks still really good. So Myers still looks fantastic down there. I like the white light over him. Now, eventually, I'll be getting, of course, Leatherface and Ghostface. And what I'm thinking is I'll do Leatherface there, Ghostface there, move Darkness. And what I was going to do with Darkness is move him behind Goro and Darkseid. That's where I previously had my 1/3 Spidey. And, you know, darkness wouldn't really go anywhere else in my collection outside of like the horror. But he's a tricky one where it's like, I mean, is he truly horror? I mean, what type of movie is that? It's like a sci-fi, it's a movie. But I think it could look really good behind Goro. You know, it's still PCS. The colors would go well against Goro and Darkseid. And he'd just look fantastic there. Lots of presence. So I think that's what I'll do, is just move darkness behind Goro. I'm just keeping it here for now. Just because I don't, you know, I really don't like having empty shelves. It does look ugly. So we're going to keep it here for the next year and a half until we get, you know, Ghostface, you know. But yeah, you're also probably wondering, where's Arnold? So I moved Arnold right there. So I don't feel I need to have Arnold with my endo setup. Because one, I don't have any 1/4 scales on that wall or this wall. The 1/4 start here. And then 1/4 under here. So I don't want a 1/4 over there. I want it 1/3, life size props, 1/10 scale. You know, because I have a few 1/10s. Those are just, you know, novelty little pieces. But I'm keeping it life size and 1/3 for basically this entire setup. So I'm just going to have Arnold here as a random movies where this is all random 1/4 old school sideshow. And I put Arnold with his half scale bust like that. And I think that looks pretty darn cool. The only thing is I wish these windows didn't cover so much of the top, because in order to see his face, you either have to A, open it, or B, stand back here. So the only other thing I could do is I could switch him and Baby Doll and put him in the glass shelf where I'd have a lot more height space. But then I don't know if I could fit the Genesis bust in there with him. Or if I did, it'd be very tight. I'll have to play around with that. But it still looks good. You know, I'm definitely not selling that Arnold. I did sell the endoskeleton, so sold that to a buddy of mine off Instagram. So that's, you know, out of the collection. I mean, it's on payment plan right now, but that'll be basically paying for the alien egg almost entirely. And then to help pay for Wolf Bust and the remaining alien egg and for space, I'm selling the Ghost in the Shell statues. So that's why they're over here. You know, I looked at eBay sold listings. These bad boys are going for close to $900 to $1,000 each. You know, they're I don't remember the ES, but they're very limited. They're rare. They're sold out. They're hard to get. It's a popular franchise, you know, from the anime. So I'm selling these. Now, if you want to buy them individually, $850 plus shipping. Shipping at the small box. So let's just say it's $50, or really $900. If you buy them both, I'll subtract, you know, $50 off the total order. I'll include the poster as well, not the DVD. You know, I'm going to keep these, I'm listing them on eBay as well, $2,000 plus $100 for the shipping for the set. You know, I want to try to maximize and get the most money out of these as I can. And then obviously with any sales, if things don't sell, you eventually lower the pricing lower until you eventually sell it. But for now, I'm going to price it at that. If any of you want to throw me an offer, feel free to. Message me on Instagram, flankster117, or email me, flanksterbuysell@gmail.com. They're both mint condition. And I have both boxes ready, and they're ready to go. Again, the Wolf half bust is still for sale. And we're pricing this at $500 shipped. So $500 shipped for the half bust. I'm still selling the Psycho, MK, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero. I had a buyer. They said they would buy it, and then they dogged me. But that one's priced at $1,000. $1,000. And depending where you live, I could do either free shipping or you help pay a little bit because it's two decent-sized boxes. So the other thing I'm going to plan to do is, obviously with me getting the garage shelf, that frees up two Bestas, the 50-inch tall ones. Now, I don't want to just sell those for $30 locally. It's like, it's such a waste. So I'd rather get rid of some different shelves. So here's my plan. Alexa, turn on video game statue room lights. Yeah, so here's the endo that's sold. I still have these extra shelves, I'm not sure. I sold one, I'm still trying to sell them. So one thing I want to do is get rid of this giant Pax unit. I'd rather sell a Pax than the 50-inch tall Bestas. I can fit two Bestas here, I just have to move those shelves over like 5 inches, which I have the space to do so. But I do want to get rid of this Pax unit. That will allow me to do a few things. Return Witcher up top shelf. You know, those bad boys can go inside. I can pair up Laura and Nathan Drake inside of a Besta. I can do the Clicker and Ellie inside of a Besta. I'll probably do Aridin just top middle shelf right here and just keep those three top shelf. Have him underneath. Just for the sake of space top shelf, I want to be able to fit Dante, Aloy, Kratos. If I can fit him, I would. But for now, we'll probably just put him right there, put those three right there with the poster above. And then that does free up an additional shelf there. So right there would be Jin Sakai Ghost of Tsushima. He'll get his own dedicated shelf with the prop and movie. And then that would be a future video game statue. I'm still considering the Gaming Heads BioShock Big Daddy statue. I just feel it's quite pricey for what you get. So I'm really hesitant to spend $800 on that because I'm just like, God, it doesn't feel like an $800 statue. You know, I wish I could get it for like $600. I'm probably going to move all the ninjas over there and just switch those there. I just think it'd look cool to have basically an entire ninja wall. You know, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, ninjas, that is all like ninjas. Well, he's a samurai technically, but I think that could look really cool. So I was going to move all those here, and then this entire setup would be all random video games. That would be ninja video games stuff, more or less. I mean, Snake Eyes, and I'm pretty sure they have G.I. Joe video games. Yeah, but I'll be getting rid of this Pax unit. I don't really like Pax units, to be honest. I feel like they take up too much space. They make the room feel smaller. The shelves sag, you know, in the middle. They start like bending down and you have to use support. I mean, it's nice because you can do certain things like, you know, I can do Scorpion versus Sub-Zero where I couldn't do that unless it was a top shelf Stuva. Or something like that. That looks really good. So I'll keep the MK one. Keeping the MK, but that one's going to go. So we'll do the two Bestas. I'll probably just take apart that shelf here in the room and then sell that locally. I freaking hate Pax units. I'll sell that thing cheap. So we'll put the two Bestas in here. I'd much rather sell this than the two Bestas. Yeah, and here's where I'd put Darkness. So he'd be freaking tall in there. He would definitely reach to the top of that window well. If not, his staff would definitely extend out on the front part. So, but I think he could look really good. I'm tempted just to move him in here now, but I don't want to have that empty shelf in there for another 1.5 years. So yeah, that is basically it though, folks. Just wanted to give you guys this update. So this upcoming week, we will have the Chest Burster on Tuesday. I'm having a collector come to my house. Not sure which day. We're still coordinating that. And Ratchet's on its way. Jazz is on its way. I'll probably get the Majora's Mask by First Four Figures. That's supposed to ship, and then it'll take 2 days to get to me. And that might be it. Guy, I might be slow for a while here on the channel just because I'm waiting on that retailer that takes 1 billion years. Well, technically 2 retailers that take 1 billion years each. So it might be a while before we get something big in the collection. We'll see. I'm really hoping we can get some stuff in here soon. You know, like I've just learned, the Joker mask is finally available to Bank Robber, but it's going to take 2.5 months to arrive. And I'm just like, ugh. It's like, God, it takes so freaking long. Somehow the boat times have tripled and gotten doubled in price from last year to this year. So it's just very frustrating when you're using a retailer. They import via boat. It takes 3 months for the boat to arrive. Somehow they go around the world 3 times now instead of once. And they charge double the cost. So yeah, and all my pre-orders are through retailers. I have 0 through Sideshow, and then I do have Prime 1, so we'll see. Anyways, folks, that is it. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.